Hey everyone, it's low carbon keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger bringing you Keto Without the Crazy. Today I have a very fun announcement for you. As you know, I co-authored the book, the award-winning book End Your Carb Confusion with Dr. Eric Westman, and I have been totally remiss in telling you the big news. I honestly forgot to make a video about this. We have a companion cookbook that is out now and available for your reading and cooking pleasure. It is the End Your Carb Confusion Cookbook. And this fine gentleman is Chef Scott Parker. He is from South Africa. He's like a world-class chef. He's worked in Michelin-starred restaurants. He's done it all. And let's see where to even start telling you about this book. It is a Victory Belt book, and Victory Belt, I'm sure many of you are well familiar with a lot of their cookbooks. Victory Belt was our publisher for End Your Carb Confusion, so of course they're going to publish our cookbook. And if you have any of Victory Belt's, they have a whole line of keto cookbooks. They do Maria Emmerich's books, they do Natasha Newton's books, and Carolyn Ketchum, like really, really dynamite. And so you know that any Victory Belt cookbook is going to be absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they're going to have, sorry, my camera's always backwards, these gorgeous full color pictures, just really, really beautiful stuff. And what can I tell you about this cookbook? Well, I may have had a hand in wordsmithing a little bit of the text, but I'm not a chef. I love to cook. It's one of my favorite things to do is to cook. But I'm not a chef. So Scott made the recipes. I helped with the language and the wording. But I would say this book, so End Your Carb Confusion, the whole thing about that book was that we have 3 different levels of carbohydrate intake, right? It's customizable. Phase 1 is strict keto. It's like the 20 total grams of carbohydrate or fewer per day, Dr. Westman's famous page 4 food list. Phase 2 is 50 total grams of carbs or fewer, and phase 3 is 150 total grams of carbs or fewer. So we have 3 different levels because not every, newsflash, not everybody needs strict keto. But this book, most of it, and this book does have recipes for phases 1, 2, and 3, but the vast majority of recipes are intended for phase 1, and here's why. If you have a higher carbohydrate tolerance, like if you are at phase 2 or phase 3, then you can still consume anything that's very, very low in carbohydrate. So everybody can eat phase 1 recipes. Only people on phase 2 can eat the phase 2. Only people on phase 3 can eat phase 3. But since everybody can eat phase 1, most of the recipes are phase 1. It's all, all keto. And what else can I say? This book also, like I said, Scott Parker is a world-class chef. And if you're looking for, keto fish sticks or keto mac and cheese or like keto versions of the stuff that made you sick in the first place, this is not the book for you. If you want something a little more upscale, a little more classy, listen, not that there's anything wrong with the keto fish sticks and the keto mac and cheese and the keto brownies and the keto blueberry muffins. If you are making those substitute items, and it's working for you, you're happy with the results you're getting, keep doing it. I always tell you that. If what you're doing is working and you're happy with it, don't change anything. But, if you want something a little different, a little leveled up, let's say, now there is cauliflower rice in here, there's cauli mash, there's broccoli mash, it's very, very basic stuff. But there's also moussaka, there's a keto version of a shepherd's pie. There's kung pao chicken. We've got foil wrapped salmon with cumin spiced cauliflower rice. I mean, that sounds fancy, right? There's some really nice salads. Like there's a lot of recipes in here that are pleasantly light, like salads with sort of like a light vinaigrette kind of thing. To show you kind of the lighter side of keto, it doesn't always have to be burger patties and bacon drowning in melted cheese and all this sort of like heavy, pork, fatty pork chop with fatty sauce. Not that there's anything wrong with the fatty, really heavy, dense meats, and there's plenty of that in here too. But there's also this sort of lighter, like there's a spiced olive dish, a toasted cabbage snack, fricadelles for those of you outside the US, delicious meatballs. I mean, South African, except I had fricadelles in the Netherlands, but I guess South Africa was like once a colony of the Dutch, weren't they? So that's that would have been in the Netherlands. Now, zucchini lasagna, crispy chicken legs, garlic shrimp, you know, even a black pepper chicken ramen soup with zucchini noodles. I mean, this is like classy keto food. Asparagus with prosciutto, poached egg, and arugula. I mean, that's not your typical keto fare. Like a really nice spring kind of dish. Those greens and the asparagus, prosciutto, and an egg. Hello. He's got recipes for kimchi. He's got, one of the nicest things in this book is, excuse me, I'm still getting over a cold and cough. He's got some salad dressings, lots of homemade spices and seasoning blends. Oh my goodness. Let me take a little break here. Lots of sauces like creme fraiche and onion sauces, kale pesto, roasted tomato sauce, flavored butter. You know, we love butter on keto, but jazz up your butter. You know, take a stick of butter or 2 sticks and you can mix it with various seasonings. Make like a smoky chili butter. Melt that on some fish. Oh my goodness. Hello. What else do we have in here? He's also got some sections on kind of the perfect technique, the perfect reverse sear. If you want to really learn how to reverse sear a steak, how to poaching chicken, poaching an egg, making the perfect omelet, the perfect scrambled eggs. You know, eggs are like very easy to mess up, very easy to overcook. Let's see. Fish. He's got his stock, you know, how to make a chicken stock with the carcass and the bones, how to do the same thing with the beef stock. It's all in here. So, you know, he even walks you like how to choose a steak, like how to select a steak from the butcher counter kind of thing. Really great. I mean, you know, like I said, the reverse sear. I know there's kind of a glare on the book, but anyway, let me also point out some things that I, having been a part of bringing this book to creation, I want to kind of address some things that I could see people coming up with as kind of shortcomings of this book or criticisms. And we actually address this in the book. There are sections that explain this, but in case you miss it, anytime I get a cookbook, I like reading the front matter. Like, we even talk about phase 1, 2, 3, like, we expect that most people who buy this book probably have read End Your Carb Confusion, but there might be a few people out there who haven't, if this is their, you know, first exposure to this. So we have sections that explain what keto is and why you would do it, what it's good for, what the purpose is. So, and there's, you know, a big hello from the chef, a big, you know, who is Scott, what is he doing, why did he write this book, and all that. So we've got that. And so in this front material, we do address some of these criticisms, but since a lot of people skip the front material and just go right to the recipes, which I totally understand, I do want to point out some stuff. Some of the recipes will seem a little fussy. They're going to seem like they have a lot of ingredients and there's a lot of prep time. Like some of these recipes, you have to prepare days in advance. You have to brine something for 48 hours or marinate something. And that's not difficult. It's actually very simple and easy. You just have to know in advance, like, oh, if I'm going to eat this particular thing, I can't have it tonight. This is something I need to plan for later in the week. So that's not a drawback. That's just, you have to be aware, like, oh, if I want that, there's a pork belly recipe in here that you have to brine and you have to dry it out. Worth every second of time. You just have to be aware that you do have to plan for that ahead of time. So that's one thing. Like I said, some of the recipes are going to seem kind of fussy, all of these steps, like, and most of them make one serving. Some of these recipes do make a batch. They do make 4 to 6 servings. Many of them are one serving. So you're going to look at the recipe and think, oh my goodness, all this stuff, and do this and chop this and do that, and it serves one. Like, what? I'm not going to go to all that bother for one person. Here's the rationale behind that. First of all, Scott rightfully, in many cases, said, many people who eat a low carb or keto diet, they're the only one in their family, they're the only one in their household that eats that way. So they don't want to make a huge batch of something if they're the only one eating it. They kind of want one serving and I'll eat it and be done. So that's one reason. The second reason is, why not make a small serving, make one serving and try it out. And if it's good and you love it and it's a winner, which it will be, but just maybe your tastes might run different to mine. Maybe you'll make something and you don't like it, but why not make the one serving? And if you love it, then this is a keeper, this is a winner. Next time I make it, I'll make it for the family and I can triple or quadruple the recipe, make a huge batch of it. All you have to do is just increase all the ingredients, possibly increase the cooking time. So I think that that's pretty rational if you ask me. And some of the recipes that are going to seem fussy, if you look closely, if it looks like there's a lot of ingredients, it might just be a lot of spices and seasonings. So as long as you keep a well-stocked spice rack or a spice pantry or whatever, if you have lots of different herbs and spices on hand, it's not really, it takes 4 seconds to pull out the cumin and the paprika and the garlic and the salt. You're not preparing 47 different little items. It's things that you already have. You don't have to make a special trip to the store kind of thing. Let's see. I want to flip through to make sure I don't really miss anything critical I want to tell you. Yeah, I mean, really, that's the main thing I can tell you is this is just not your average keto cookbook. And you can't see it. My bookshelf is over there. I have a ton of keto cookbooks that I love. I love flipping through the recipes. I love looking at them. I love trying new things. But I just think these recipes are pretty unique. Not a lot of stuff that you're going to find in other keto cookbooks. And again, if you want to step up your game to something a little more interesting, a little more, I want to say high class, or like I said, upscale earlier. I don't want to diminish or belittle any of the other keto cookbooks. Everybody has such different taste. We all prefer something else. If you're cooking for a picky family or picky kids, you need the keto fish sticks and the keto chicken nuggets and the keto, tortilla soup kind of thing. You need the stuff your family's used to just in a keto version. But we've got, seared tuna with avocado, cucumber, and tomato salad. Really just things that you would get in a 4-star restaurant. Let's see. Soy cured salmon with fennel and cucumber salad. I mean, he teaches you how to cure fish. I mean, that's really cool. Like delicious homemade cured salmon. Who doesn't want that? Well, I guess if you don't like salmon or you're allergic to fish, you don't want that. But if you do like fish, cauliflower cheese and pancetta soup. I mean, that's cauliflower soup, but kind of jazzed up a little bit with pancetta, and it's got Parmesan cheese in there. Broccoli soup, again, these sort of creamy pureed soups are featured in many other keto cookbooks too. This one's got Stilton in it, right? I mean, that's a little upscale. You can garnish it with pepitas, pumpkin seeds, just really char-grilled zucchini with crispy halloumi cheese. They call it frying cheese, halloumi cheese that doesn't melt. It's like a Greek, and you cut it into strips and you can fry it or grill it because it doesn't melt. I mean, that's, again, like I said, the lighter fare, kind of the lighter side of keto. And there is pork belly in here. There is steak. There's definitely some fattier items, but just really, really cool stuff. How to roast a perfect chicken every time, how to get that crispy skin, golden, yummy deliciousness, moist on the inside. Hello. You know what my Queen Ina Garten says? How bad can that be? How easy is that? How delicious is that? Right? That's how she talks. Let's see. Like I said, there's seasoning blends. I mean, yeah. So if you are looking to change up your keto game, if you want, excuse me, if you want a cookbook that is out of the ordinary, not the run-of-the-mill keto recipes that you might be used to, if you are looking to introduce some new stuff into your culinary repertoire, because listen, bacon eggs is delicious and I never really get sick of it, but you might get sick of it. Maybe sometimes you get tired of bacon and eggs, or you're tired of your bunless burger patties, or your, I don't know what, your sausages and your chicken with mayonnaise, or whatever you eat. This will really open up a new world for you. So End Your Carb Confusion Cookbook, Chef Scott Parker, and drop you a little hint. Chef Scott Parker is going to do a cooking course with Adapt Your Life Academy. So you've heard me talk about our Keto Made Simple Masterclass. I have a class specifically about breaking stalls. We have a course on sugar and food addiction. And we are, as we speak right now, creating the keto cooking course. And the title is up in the air, so I'm not sure what we've settled on yet, so I won't tell you what the title is, but world-class chef Scott Parker is going to do an online course with Adapt Your Life Academy on low-carb and keto cooking. So do check out the cookbook, available on Amazon, or ask your local independent bookseller to carry it, even better, or to order it for you. And that's it. Happy cooking. See you next time.